England. And Good Morning America.
Phil Collins, one of the top stars in rock music, but he's also one of the most modest. I had the pleasure of his company earlier this week, and we'll have that conversation for you in this half hour. 4 minutes after, Phil Collins has written and performed some of the catchiest pop songs of the last 10 years. However, with his latest album, But Seriously, the British pop star has taken a turn for the more serious. The album features several songs about some pretty weighty subjects, including the political struggles in South Africa and Northern Ireland. In fact, the first single of the album, which went to #1 several months back, was a song about the homeless. And I spoke with Phil Collins, and I asked him how he came to write Another Day in Paradise.
The way I write is I sit and play the piano and sing, and if anything comes out spontaneously, I write it down, and I'm at my little home studio, I'll record, and then I'll just sing into the microphone anything that comes into my head. Obviously things that are provoked by the mood of the music. And so Another Day in Paradise, for example, just came, you know, it was just like, it just turned out like that. I had to write a verse, but the rest of it was all spontaneous. So I didn't actually make a spontaneous, a conscious decision to write something about the homeless issue. You know.
Father to Son, the song. Are you reflecting there about your relationship with your father, or is that with Simon, who Simon I think is about 14 now?
Father to Son is really the fact that my son was growing up, or is growing up, but what, you know, by the time I wrote the song, he was starting to go out with girls, and he sort of, you know, he couldn't, I didn't see him over a cup of tea to talk about these things, you know, because he lives 6,000 miles away and I live in England. So I just thought, one of those rare occasions when I didn't have any ideas at all. Like the demo for that song was just la 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 la, you know. So I had to sit down and say, what am I going to, I know what I'm going to write a pocket guide to life for Simon, you know, which is like, now when you meet your first girlfriend, you know, it's that kind of thing. So it's really like for him, he can read the lyrics, and he'll say, oh, okay, that's what my dad was telling me about, you know.
And when did he first hear that?
When he came over last summer, I'd done all the demos, and I'd started working on the album.
Were you around when he heard it? Could you see his face?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Did you get the reaction?
Oh, he loves, you know, he doesn't mind if he's a little tear to the eye. Oh, he loves it, yeah.
What do you think it is that has accounted for your great success? I mean, I've read in places saying, you know, I'm not your typical rock and roll hunk, but, I mean, you have many, many women out there that are all, you know, looking at you. What do you think your success has been? What is it?
I don't know. I mean, I think, if anything, it's probably because I am ordinary, and I think maybe that ordinariness, if that is such a word, maybe that's what people relate to. I think maybe for me, my words, my lyrics, maybe people can understand because maybe they've been there.
Do you sometimes just stop in complete amazement? I saw the other day you were asked how much you were worth, and you said, I think 25 million pounds, whatever it is, it's equal to about $45, $50 million in our money. Anyway, you look at it, it's a lot of money.
But that's when $40 million was a lot of money, you know. No, okay.
How do you view it? I mean, you come from your middle class background. I mean, how do you view it?
Well, actually, I'm not middle class. You see, I used to think that I was middle class because I thought I was really in the middle. But in fact, middle class in England is upper class.
You don't have to question it anymore, though.
When you mention how much, you know, I laugh because I think I never thought that would happen, you know. I still, to some extent, we're sitting in a nice hotel. I'm wearing nice clothes, but at the same time, I don't really enjoy, I don't live the life of someone that has got that kind of money.
You know, it's interesting. I'm listening to you, and all of a sudden I remembered I was reading an article about you once, and it almost sounded as though in your country, in England, that you almost have to kind of defend yourself a little bit.
It's true.
For having made all that money and be there.
Well, you see, in America, you see that people like success, you know, that they sort of, they enjoy it, and they like to see people that have success. In England, you do have to, sorry, I'm sorry, I made a lot of money. Sorry. You know, it's that kind of defensive thing. And also I get a bit embarrassed by it, you know. I mean, I enjoy what I do, and I work hard. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I work so hard, because I feel guilty about being given all this money. I work because I enjoy it. And somewhere behind me, this bloke says, right, thank you, that'll be that, thank you. He's shoveling this money into this sack, you know, but all I'm doing is working. You know, I'm sort of looking around saying, well, thanks, you know. But I don't actually work for money.